Good evening and welcome to WorldWideChels presents Uncle Jester's Barbecue. I am Uncle Jester's, the one, the only. God broke the mold because he didn't want to make another mistake. That's me. I'm here with my, well, I guess, that way.
That
Let's
is
go that way.
I have never heard that, and I have heard it all, Jared.
And my God, Matt, what's going on, fellas? It's the podcast all over again.
Oh, man. It's the originals, the original haters.
It is.
Oh,
It is.
my.
It's good. It's good to be on. It's good to be on because barbecues are normally it's a bit late for my time, but it's good to be on. So roast Carlito and tell Carlito was chatting shit.
Yeah, Melina was supposed to bring the smoked meats from Canada, but that didn't work out very well.
Bit too smoky.
A bit too smoky.
She just can't handle it. She can't handle it. Too much fire.
Oh, she's here.
Oh, shit.
And of course, our best-looking guest, Miss Melina in the house.
Sorry, I'm not putting my camera on today because I don't want to blind people with how terrible I look. I shouldn't even be on the stream right now, but we're gonna do this anyway. And if I say anything, that wasn't me when I was sober. So.
She burned one. Ladies and gentlemen, she burned one.
Talking about alcohol.
I didn't say alcohol. I didn't say alcohol.
Oh, no. It was of the organic variety, y'all.
Okay.
What's up, Melina?
Uncle Jester's, it's good to be back here after a few weeks. And also before Matt starts bringing up the Chelsea ladies team, I'm gonna say it myself. Chelsea ladies team are the best in the world. Yes, you can clip me. I don't care. That's the only time you'll see Matt smiling on this stream, by the way, because the rest of the stream we're gonna talk about how Chelsea lost to Ugarte. Maybe you guys get Caicedo, and a certain Kai Havertz looks like he's N7 bound. I'm looking forward to this stream. It's been a while, and yeah, let's get the show on the road.
All right, and another late arrival, known as, I guess he wants to be known as Sterling's son. I don't know if that's a good thing. My guy KJ is in the house. What'd you say?
The big jabroni himself.
If you don't consider that a good thing, that's racism with FC right there.
It's all racism.
Hey, my grandson's name's Sterling. Okay, how can he be his son? He's not even 2 yet.
Okay, run back my intro.
Yo, I gotta give a shout out to Melina. She put out a fucking tweet that absolutely ripped. It was it was Steve Harvey in the get up. Melina, I need you to explain it because it's fucking amazing.
I felt so bad because you know how many Megan Thee Stallion fans were watching that game just for Lukaku to have a good game, and he does that. Like, how many chances did you have? He probably told Meg, I'm playing defender tonight. They needed me in defense.
It's one of game 7, right?
Oh my God. You know when Wataro's not even passing to him, that it's a problem. So I put a picture of Steve Harvey and I said, don't worry, hon, it's game 1 of 7.
Look, I don't blame Lukaku for being in the way. That's just, but the header, he should have dunked that. He had to put that header away, and he can't head the ball. He's he can't jump. It's when you weigh 500 pounds, it's hard to get
Jared,
that.
someone said he was still wearing 32-inch length Levi's jeans. That's why he couldn't hit the net.
I mean,
oh my God.
He had to put that header away from the goalkeeper.
I know he missed a lot of chances and he should have buried that chance, but I don't know if you guys saw already because this happens a lot. Just like maybe we should address this or like briefly. He's getting really racially abused all over social media, and I don't think he disabled any of his platforms. So yeah, that's happening again.
It's just the strangest thing. It's the strangest thing to make fun of somebody or give somebody shit for the way they look. Dog, give him shit for the way he plays football because that's material to last a goddamn lifetime. For fuck's sake. I mean, he's the worst football player I've ever seen. But who cares if he's black, dude? Give me a break. Give me a break. Find some new
No,
material.
but even before the
dickheads.
Lukaku chance, Inter had so many chances. Like they looked like they were going to score.
Yeah. Yo, did you think? So I saw this, and I think that this is a total cop out, right? You had Sadiq and you had Real Chris, casually see guy, right? Sadiq and Real Chris, they both said, "Oh, is Pep overthinking this? Is Pep overthinking this?"
Oh,
I'm thinking to myself,
I saw you
like,
comment
what
on
the
that.
fuck are you
Inter put out
talking
their
about?
best 11.
Yo, dog, his lineup was
Yeah.
excellent, and it's like, oh, it's Pep's fault. It's Pep's fault. No, if the players aren't executing, that is on them, because Pep looked at that lineup and said that is one of the best lineups I've ever put out. And if you can't do it, that is on you. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to bite my fingernails to the bone. But that lineup was excellent. He didn't tinker. Okay, it was an excellent lineup. So if the players didn't execute, that's on them, right? KJ, you agree with me?
It's literally a fine lineup.
Of course, I agree with you.
It's a great
That was
lineup.
the best possible lineup he could have put out, and the fact that he kept Kyle Walker out
Yeah.
just to use him in the dying embers when they needed him the most. Come on, man.
That's the formation he's played for the last. That's the one that won him the Premier League, that won him the FA Cup.
Dude, he's been playing the 3-6-1 all spring. All spring, he's playing the 3-6-1.
The only difference was Akanji started instead of Walker, and that's it. And that didn't.
Kanji's a better player.
Kanji's a better, defender. I will say defender.
That was his
absolutely.
role. That was his role today.
So, I just think that City get really squeaky bum time when it comes to finals. They didn't look good against United in the FA Cup, and bar everybody stopping on Inter thinking the ball went out and letting them score, they didn't really do much offensively or anything. It was kind of a blah blah match. But that's neither here nor there. You have to give them their respect because they won everything this year. It is what it is. They won everything. We finished 12th. Arsenal didn't win a trophy again. But, we move.
Yeah, they got a spicy female Brazilian winger that they just signed, though, on the women's team. Big fan. All right, so the first one I want to talk about, because I don't really want to talk about the Man City game. I'm not a Man City fan. I didn't watch the fucking game. I don't care about City. But I do want to talk about things pertinent to the two main London clubs, obviously Chelsea, Arsenal. We got Minerals Molina on as well. And so, it's essentially, this is a talent arms race for the midfield, right? Because you got Jorginho going back to Lazio with his daddy, Sarri, right? You got Partey. I don't know what's going to happen. Jack Smith may indict him too. Who knows? You got, and then you've got Xhaka leaving. So you have three players, 2.5 essentially players, 2.5 that are adios amigo from Arsenal. And then you have from the Chelsea side, the starting three center mids of the 2021 campaign as well, right? They're gone. Kova, Kante, Jorginho, gone. All right, Ruben, soft-ass cheeks, gone. So now you have this talent arms race between Arsenal and Chelsea. And I don't know what the fuck is going to happen, but I do know for a fact that if Chelsea really wanted declined Rice, we would get him. But I don't think we do, and I really, really do think that Arsenal does. Melina, what do you think?
Yes, I think he's Arsenal bound. I don't think Bayern are getting him either. Looks like Bayern are already looking for alternatives because they know Declan Rice's preference is to stay in London and possibly his family's. However, on that note, I don't think we're getting Caicedo, and I think he's Chelsea bound.
Yeah, so everybody had seen it today, and the validity of it is in question, okay? But normally, if someone speaks for Fab in an errant manner, Fabrizio will say, fuck that, I didn't say that. He has not detracted this guy's tweet. He has not disparaged what this dude said when he's like, oh yeah, I just spoke with Fabrizio and Caicedo's going to Chelsea, okay? Fabrizio normally is on top of that shit like a hobo on a ham sandwich, all right? But he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't refute it, all right? And my inclination is to say Caicedo is going to Chelsea. And if he is, there are a lot of implications as to that. Number one being financial. Number two being the young center back that I actually think wants to stay at Brighton. Okay, so if you have Declan Rice Okay, Declan Rice going to Arsenal, and you got Caicedo going to Chelsea. What does this mean, Matt, for the future Levi Colwill, as well as our purse strings?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money to fork out, but we knew he was going to cost this much.
Did we, Matt?
We have, well, yes, I think we had a bid of 60, 70 million rejected in January, so it wouldn't really make sense to then bid the same thing and they go, oh yeah, you know what, this summer it's all right, we'll bid the same, or we'll bid less. They're going to want, for me, it's always been 70 plus, whether it's 90 straight up, well, 90 base fee, whether it's 70 plus add-ons, whether it's 60 plus Colwill, or whatever it's going to be. I don't know. I'm still sticking towards the 70 plus add-ons. I just, with the Colwill thing, I just don't think Chelsea are going to put him in the deal. Not so much of a thing that Chelsea will not want him to stay, but I think the valuation of what Brighton value Colwill and what Chelsea value Colwill is just going to be so far different that Chelsea are going to go, it's not viable.
Yeah, but Matt, if he played for Brighton would ask 70 million for him.
But that's the thing. I think Chelsea will be saying that and be going, well, hang on a minute. You sold us Cucurella for 62 million.
Yeah, they've been taking the piss for a while.
So Chelsea are going to go, we're not, because Colwill is on a fairly long? No, he's not.
2025.
So he's still a reasonable contract with us. We are in the strong point at the moment. I can't see us bidding him off cheaply, especially since we have to make money. So I see it just being an add-ons thing. We'll find the money elsewhere, which I think is fair. I think Koulibaly could equally leave for about the price that we paid for him, which will balance the books a little bit more. And there's plenty of other players that will go. So I don't think it's a massive problem. I think Chelsea know that they do still have to spend some money. There is some money to spend. I think Chelsea fans, again, are being typical Chelsea fans. They want everyone to go, but then they're moaning that we're not getting lots of money for these players when we are doing literally a fire sale. That is the point of a fire sale. It's not supposed to be the big prices. And then they're moaning that we're not getting any players, but we're moaning that we have to pay a lot for these players.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, talking about making a big decision and actually executing a big decision are two very different things. Because you can walk right up to that precipice, right? You can walk right up to that ledge, say, oh, I'm going to fucking do it. But then actually doing it, it's a different thing. All right, there's, sell these guys, sell Mount sucks. But then when we actually do, it's a scary thing. And people can't pull that trigger, right?
I don't give a shit. Go.
Yeah. Oh, see, I'm with you, man. I have no problem making decisions. But Molina, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
And my point with Caicedo is, I don't look at so much how does he cost too much? Does he cost this? I look and go, is he the right fit for Chelsea? Does he complement Enzo Fernandez? Does he complement the midfield? Will he help the club? He ticks all three of them boxes. Okay, try and get him for as cheap as you can, but he needs to come. He needs to be wearing that shirt no matter what.
Molina, same thing with Rice. Is this a good fit? What do you think the Rice price is? And is it a culture fit? Because you like that, right? Is it a culture fit? Because everybody always thought, even John Terry doing prop on Instagram, always thought that he'd go back to Chelsea, but it seems as though Chelsea shunned him again. But he's an objectively good player. Do you think this is a good fit?
I think it's a good fit. It's a massive upgrade on Thomas Partey, and I think he'll play the Granit Xhaka role. And if we're letting Jorginho go, then I think that's another midfielder we'd get in. Midfield is where we were lacking depth and lacking quality with our Thomas Partey being injured most of the time. I put injured in quotes because I don't know what actually happened behind the scenes. And I think the price tag hasn't actually been determined. So right now, Arsenal are offering a 92 million starting point, but we haven't even put official bid yet on the table. I know the window hasn't even opened yet, but I just hope we get it over the line. I just think Caicedo is more likely to go to Chelsea. I know Chelsea don't have Europe to offer for once, but they can offer higher wages, and we'd never compete with Chelsea on wages or go into a bidding war. I don't think Brighton would make a bidding war for Caicedo because they just let McAllister go for like no competition whatsoever.
And that was a release clause.
Yeah, it was a release clause, right? I don't think Caicedo has a release clause though.
He doesn't.
No, but he has an agreement in principle that
and
if the
Caicedo
right
has
price comes, he can go.
respectfully, Caicedo has like 10 siblings to feed, so of course he'd go for the money. Right? I mean, sorry, he's most likely to go for the money.
I want to talk about Rice.
But
Yeah,
I think we would go for Zubamendi, perhaps, or maybe battle it out with you guys for Lavia.
So there was an interesting thing in the news that about 100 million Indians from India have type 2 diabetes, and they have a high diet of rice. So rice is nothing but empty calories and sugar. Enjoy.
Oh, that you just threw that dead fish right on my fucking lap, you asshole! Boo! Boo this man!
Boo this man!
Boo this man! KJ, talk to me, baby. What are we gonna do here with this Caicedo fellow? Is there any chance we go for Rice? Is the price nice? Or are we gonna say no? He's got head lice. What do we got here?
There are no dice. See, you missed that one.
I don't know how many times I have to keep on saying this. Mikel Antonio said Declan Rice is the best DM in the world. He said, what does Declan Rice have that other DMs have that's more superior than what he's capable of doing right now? He's got it all. He's got it all. Who are we to argue against Mikel Antonio? Who are we to argue against him? That's my question.
Well, Declan Rice is a better forward than Mikel Antonio.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Rice is too pale for Chelsea. I don't want pale people on Chelsea. He's ugly. I want handsome men on Chelsea.
Wait, he is not ugly. Retract that statement right now.
Are you
we are
kidding
not
me?
doing this on live stream.
He is whiter
Take
than
that comment
wallpaper.
back right now. We are not doing this
Oh
on
my
live stream.
lord, he is transparent. He's translucent. He's Casper the Friendly Ghost. Get the fuck out of here, Melina.
That's a violation.
Too white to play.
He runs around a lot, but he doesn't do anything special. Nobody can tell me the one special thing that Declan Rice does.
He got fired by Chelsea?
He's Mason Mount as a 6.
That's the other thing. KJ, I mean, KJ, isn't he going to follow his guy? I mean, what's going on here? Are they never going to get married?
Plead the fifth. What? I'll say it again.
No. I mean, like everybody thought that the end game was Rice and Mount finally going to play together, and it just seems like one of them or the other one is chasing, and the other one is sprinting away. What's going on here?
Listen. The only person that thought that was your boy Sadiq. But in terms of
Sadiq's a big rice guy. Big rice guy. That guy licks off rice every night. But basmati boy,
you better go for diabetes test.
No, but on the real though. No, I think that was always the hope and the expectation under the old regime to kind of bring them together. But I mean, things change. We recognize that that's never going to happen, and thank God for that, because really and truly, that would have been the most boring central spine of any team ever, having one up front with Rice at the back. Because creatively, what would have they offered? If anything, and this is, I guess, up for debate, I think if any situation where Rice were to come to Chelsea, it would have made sense having Kai Havertz still in the team.
Well, imagine having Mount, Gallagher, Rice, and Havertz as your spine. That is vomit right there.
Woof.
Don't say woof when Havertz is your guy.
My God, it looks like a Lions Club meeting. No,
I agree with this comment, by the way. Rice is not better than Caicedo. I think Caicedo would be a better player long term. Also because he's younger, right? Pardon?
Mikel Antonio thinks
No,
otherwise.
what did Matt say?
I was going to say, Mikel Antonio is saying Rice is the best DM in the world. He's the best DM that wants to play box-to-box midfield.
Yeah.
This is another reason why I fundamentally wouldn't go for Declan Rice.
No, the thing with Caicedo is he can play 6 or 8, right? And you have versatility in either positions in midfield. I think Caicedo would be a better player long term, but Rice at the moment, you can't deny that he's one of the hottest I mean, hottest as in the transfer.
What are you trying to say, Melina? What are you trying to
I
say?
don't mean as a player. I mean value-wise.
Hey, KJ, she's got a natural predilection towards Caicedo over Rice.
That's
I'm
not
just
true.
saying.
That is
I'm just saying.
You are
I'm
not
just saying.
canceling me on live YouTube. I meant that I think
she
Caicedo
needs
would be a
to
better
go to
player
replacement
overall.
anyway.
Exactly what this guy says. Better, younger, and cheaper. Exactly.
Yeah, but Melina, the other thing is that defensive midfielder, you do have to show reserve. Like it is a position that requires a sort of conservative predilection, right? Where you have to sit back because your responsibility is to protect, for counters, to be cover for the center backs, right? So you are required to sit, and unless someone that's playing advanced in front of you swaps roles with you as you take the ball up, for the most part, you are not going to be in final third action for the most part. And so, Melina, it seems to me as though Rice does want to become a more advanced player, to become more involved in attacking situations, right? More goals, more assists, more creativity, more final third stuff. I mean, am I wrong on this? Or because that's a read I'm getting from him.
I agree, but I also think Declan Rice would suit our system. Well, this is what I initially said. I initially thought, because we went for Caicedo in January and they rejected us, of course, obviously the player, we didn't bid high enough. I think we stopped at 75, and Matt did mention 75 again. I think that's the starting point is 75. So from what I last read this week, Arsenal would go again with 75 with a new improved offer. And then Chelsea are already knocking on the door with a higher price tag. We're going to lose to Chelsea again. We're not beating Chelsea when it comes to money. We're not club. We've never been that club to beat Chelsea to get a player.
Sorry, Matt. Let me, can I just say this? I think this is a unique transfer window in the sense where money won't be enough anymore. When you look at the position players are in right now, most of the players that are rejecting us want to play in Europe, where Arsenal have the advantage of convincing players now, hey, we can offer you European football and have probably better bonuses or sign-on bonuses for the fact that you're playing in Europe and scoring in Europe. Whereas Chelsea, we can offer them money, but we can only offer them Prem football.
I mean, I don't know about that. Agate and Saudi Arabia also say hello.
Yeah, but that's different though. Most of the players that are coming in the Prem, most of the international or European players that are coming in the Prem right now also want to play on a Champions League stage.
Yeah, but I have to ask you this question, KJ. Now, look, when I was younger, right? I played on 5 different club teams, right? I was someone that wanted to play on better teams. I'd reassess after a year. I was like an NBA player, man. I would be like, all right, I want to go win state championships. And I won a ton of them, but I didn't really show a ton of loyalty because I wanted the best situation for when I became a college player, right? And I feel as though it's the same thing here. It's the same thing here where you look at Caicedo, you look at someone like Ugarte, who I think made the wrong decision. And then you look at someone like Rice, who I think is going to make the right decision. And I think to myself, is this a long-term play? Or are you really concerned about 3 or 4 months involved in a tournament? Because at the end of the day, and I'm not discounting what Chelsea have done over the last year, because it's nothing short of unprofessional. But at the end of the day, is it really that big of a deal that Chelsea's not going to be participating in one tournament for one season? I don't think so, especially if your aspiration is to have a 10-year career at your next club, whether that's Rice or whether that's Caicedo, where I think that both clubs are going to be participating in Europe for a majority of both their contracts. But I just don't think that it should be that big of a deal if you are concerned with growing as a player and growing your career and making sure that you are in a long-term good spot. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people on fucking Twitter want to make it out to be.
I'm going to quote Joe Pesci from Casino. It's all about the dollars.
Yeah, I think it's about the money.
It's about who gives them the best contract. And that's the end of the story. There is none of this, because you would have to think that Chelsea are not going to be back in the UCL next year. We will be.
I believe so.
Provided we get the correct signings in this summer. It's not like this team is bereft of talent. We've got amazing players on this team. We just need to move out players that should have been moved out long ago. Rebuild the midfield that we haven't done since. Who's the last midfielder other than the youth that we've signed? Was it Kovacic?
Denis Zakaria, but that was a loan, right?
No, I'm saying a permanent player. It had to be Jorginho, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jorginho.
So Jorginho was a signing before Kovacic was a signing. So Kovacic in his first year.
Kovacic came on loan.
So it was Kovacic was the last midfielder we signed on a permanent.
Yeah.
Okay, just understand that this midfield rebuild is needed for a long time, and it's the reason that we look so discombobulated going from defense to offense, because your midfield controls that. They play, both sides of the ball. I don't know if y'all ever played like a game where you had one designated, like we used to play touch football, and it had one person that's quarterback, and they play for both sides. That's what the midfield does. It plays for both sides, both offense and defense. And it really has a lot to do with how you play. I would say that Arsenal's greatest strength this year was the midfield until they got tired.
In particular, I have to say one player.
Martin Odegaard.
The best attacking mid in the world.
I'm wearing his kit right now, but
he is fucking fire. Give him a new deal. Give him $1 million a week. I don't care.
He's gonna sign.
Fuck yeah, dude. He's an unbelievable. He is elite. Elite.
Okay, well, stinky take, but that's okay. We move.
I mean, you're a stinky take. You're a stinky take. All of you. It's just a comprehensive stinky take.
He's not the best attacking midfield in the world. But
okay, who isn't that? Don't
sorry,
where was?
I'm sorry. Where was Kevin De Bruyne before he got injured today?
Yeah. Jared, you ever seen the end of the movie Unbreakable? You got
Bruce Willis,
Samuel L. Jackson, and Bruce Willis are chilling in Samuel L. Jackson's back room, right? And then he realizes, he's been the mass murderer the whole time. He bombed the airplane and all this shit. And then Samuel L. Jackson looks at Bruce Willis and he says, "They call me Mr. Glass." And I look at Kevin De Bruyne and I say, "They call him Mr. Glass." Because that's what he is. Martin Odegaard wipes the floor with that pink jabroni.
I didn't say anything about Kevin De Bruyne. Y'all brought Kevin De Bruyne up. You didn't even let me answer.
It's Saturday.
I would say we have a better attacking midfielder coming in this summer than Christopher Nkunku.
Different player. But
he plays 10, which is an attacking midfielder.
Well, before we move on, Melina, I got to ask you, okay, if all goes according to plan, what does because Mikel's obviously going to play 3 center midfielders. Any attacking-oriented coach with an emphasis on possession as well plays 3 center midfielders. So what do you think, ideally, without being too hyperbolic, your central midfield trio is going to look like, and how is the triangle going to be anatomically situated?
We would it depends if Jorginho is leaving. I think Jorginho would go back to Sarri. And then I don't think we're getting Caicedo, so I'm going to say Declan Rice, Zubamendi, and I think Partey would stay. So, unfortunately, that's the case.
I still don't think you get Zubamendi either.
I hope so.
I think
if we hold on, pause. If we just get Declan Rice and don't get another midfielder, if we just get one midfielder, it's not good enough. That's a failed transfer window for me.
And that is Arsenal's thing, failed transfer windows.
No, but this is different. Listen, we got prize money from second position. We got that money. We got the money. We matched you guys on the bid for Mudryk. So you can't tell me we don't have money. Denver Nuggets are about to win a ring. Hopefully Jamal Murray is about to win a ring. And they have to spend. I know, Jared, you tweeted this, when have Arsenal ever spent money on 2 midfielders or broke the bank in a transfer window? We haven't. We have yet to, right? The most amount we paid for a player was Pepe, 75 million, and Ozil, back in the day, Ozil on deadline day. This time, I don't think we're going to go into a bidding war for that comment, by the way. This time is different. We're in the Champions League after 7 years. This club has to give Arteta what he wants, or else he's going to walk away and we're going to be back to ground zero with nothing to work with.
Well, I just want to say about the prize money. The prize money that you won in the Premier League is not much more than the prize money everybody else got from the Premier League. It is weighted higher.
Yeah, but you can't tell me we can't use that money though.
No. You can.
What I'm saying is it's not like it's a significant amount of money more than you got last year.
Yeah.
Just
And
for Premier
player
League
sales.
leagues.
Okay, player sales. Sell Balogun. 30 million Balogun. Get
Oh,
10 million.
whoa, pause. Hey, Melina, pause. 30 million.
Okay, 20
Where
million
the
for
fuck did you
Balogun.
pull that out of?
That's
What? 30 million.
Hold on, it's a U.S.
I need some
international.
of that weed,
U.S.
sweetie.
international. U.S. and men's national team international. I know it's the French league, but French leagues. One of the French league's top goal scorers. I know the French league is fish, but still, we're gonna if you guys paid 60 million for Cucurella and got robbed for for Sterling. I can't even talk properly. Other teams will get robbed too. and then sell Partey, sell Xhaka for 15-20 million. I think it's 15 million from what to Leverkusen. And that is not true. I think we would make money from player sales, and then whatever money we had left. We had 90 million for Mudryk. We didn't even use that money. We matched you guys in price for Mudryk. That's not the reason why we didn't get Mudryk.
No, I know. I agree with you there, but what you haven't done over the years.
You can't tell me the only player we're gonna splash the cash on is Declan Rice. That's a failed transfer window. That's a 1 out of 10 transfer window for me.
Yeah, the problem is over the years you have not sold well. You've bought out a lot of contracts, and
and
that
we're
is
gonna do that again apparently for Pepe.
That's all
Pepe's
dead money on the book.
No one wants to buy him. No
Yeah,
one
it's
wants
dead
to
money.
buy these bums.
That's dead money.
That's the one thing I've said on here. Sorry, KJ, one sec. That's the one thing I've said on here, like almost every stream. The fact that Chelsea, when you guys had Marina and Bruce Buck, were able to sell players really well. And I always bring up the example of Tammy Abraham at Roma. When you guys do player sales, you guys get either good money or more than what is intended for. And we struggle to sell players even for a packet of chips. That's how bad we are at player sales. I understand that. But I hope, I don't know. It's just the hope that's going to kill me at this point.
Yeah, and that's what makes up a lot of money to go out and buy other players is selling on players. And until you start doing that, selling on your players well, you're going to end up with less and less, not the money you think you're going to have. 200 million is probably the most you're going to spend this summer, which if you look at the top teams going out and doing a madness, they can spend 200 million on one player.
I was going to say, can we make a bet, but it's against my religion, so I can't.
Melina, I will be your concubine. You use that bet through me. I will make the bet for Melina. Do you think it's going to be 200 million or more? I'm going to say.
Yeah, I think we'll still be one of the top spenders this transfer window. I really ride or die for that.
How about this? Will you spend more than Chelsea?
No. I don't think so.
Wow, that's such a defeated no.
Yeah.
Because you guys always flash the cash.
I think the problem.
Listen, but you guys
Arsenal,
spend money doesn't mean you spent it right. Look at the past window, 600 past 2 windows.
So the two greatest sales that Chelsea has ever pulled off. Number one, obviously Hazard. I think the aggregate with everything it was like 150 million with add-ons because when they won the Champions League, they had to give us 20 extra million, which is just fucking wild.
And then we wasted it on Kai Havertz.
Yeah, shut up, Matt. And then the other one that we did was Alvaro Morata. I think it was Morata because I think we sold him for the exact same amount that we bought him, and he was terrible. So I mean, those are two of the best sales. But we got a transition. Campaign. Yeah, maybe. The transition I want to go to is Colwill because I think that is a good topic. Now, if you speak with, all you people know Jessica is good Catholic person, very nice. If you bring up the idea of Colwill leaving Chelsea, she will become more crass than me, and that is fucking saying something. So I swear to God, if we sell Colwill or if we include him in this Caicedo deal, you will see a different person from her. I swear to you. So my question to KJ, to Matt, to everybody, all the jabronis in this great panel. Are we dropping Colwill or not? What's the deal? Because we got Badiashile, who I think is a better player. We still got Koulibaly. They're all playing on that left side of the center back, even though I don't think righty lefty matters, but some do. What are we gonna do with Colwill, KJ? What's the deal, Broseph?
I think it's very evident that the club are open to listening to transfers, but for the right player. And I think it's one where I wouldn't mind if he goes. I can see the reasons why people would want him to stay, especially because of the talent that he has. But then at the same time, you already know my position on young players and wonder kids. If we're gonna rely on people to play fringe games, cool. I'm okay with that. But I'd rather replace Colwill with someone that has a bit more experience, which is why I wouldn't mind him going. And I'm sure the club thinks that as well, which is why they're open to listening to offers, but for the right offer, of course.
Yeah. Go ahead, Matt. Or Jared. I don't fucking care. Either one of you guys. Do rock, paper, scissors.
I'll
Let's
go.
go.
Look, this is again, we're talking about a center back who has had his injury problems. He has played 16 Premier League games. And all I've seen from people is passing compilations. You do know he's a defender, right? So if you can't show me just some great defending, then you haven't sold me. Do I think he's a bad player? No, I think he's a very good player. But we need to rebuild our midfield. And if it guarantees, here's the key word, folks, guarantees that we get Caicedo, you do it every day ending in Y and twice on Sunday.
Exactly. You do it.
You just do it. We have better players than him.
Yeah, but you could take a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a bull's ass, but wouldn't you rather take the butcher's word for it? Guarantee? I don't know, Broseph. That's such a loaded word, man.
Well, that's why I used it.
Yeah, it is. And you're totally right, because it is a loaded word. Look, Colwill, I mean, Matt, you've probably watched more than I have. I mean, what do you think, bro? Is this one that would force us to drop a deal on a player that is so crucial to our future as Caicedo and defensive central midfield?
So I just don't think it will necessarily drop the deal. I think Chelsea will figure out the money to get together, whether Colwill's included the deal or not. I think the problem Chelsea have is, again, as I come back to the valuation of Colwill, because obviously there are a lot of players that are going to go for below their price tag, but Colwill is one of them players that are on the up. They don't want to sell him for nothing, peanuts. Yeah. And I think that will be the problem that comes ahead. I think players like Koulibaly are easier to sell to someone back in the Italian league, maybe for a little bit less than we bought him. But I think that's a more likely transfer to happen. And I think Chelsea would rather take the little loss that they'd get with Koulibaly than potentially sell Colwill for half the price that he will be in 2 years' time. It does depend on whether he signs a new contract, because obviously that is the kind of problem. And that's why I think the whole loan thing is kind of out the question, because I think he doesn't want to go on loan. He won't sign a new contract if he does go on loan. So it does put it in that situation. But I think what I've seen from him, I don't rate young players for the sake of rating young players. I do like what I've seen from this kid. Is he definitely going to make the first team like Reece James and that? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I think he's got a better chance than most. I'd be happy to keep him in the squad. Obviously, at the moment, he doesn't start over Fofana, Silva, or Badiashile. But if he wants to stay and work and fight for his place, if he makes it, great. If he doesn't, then hopefully we sign him on a contract and we can sell him on later.
Yeah, but the old idiom, someone shows you who they are, believe them. I feel as though with Colwill, he is intentionally, and again, this is how young people speak, right? This is how young people handle their fucking careers and business dealings that they speak through social media. I feel as though there are signs about him. It's not just restlessness. I mean, it's almost downright mutiny, where I feel as though he may not even want to play for Chelsea. That's my problem. This is where I have cause for pause, is that I actually don't think his heart is in this. I think he wants to play for De Zerbi. I think he wants to play for Brighton. I think that's my problem.
He wants guaranteed start. He wants guaranteed minutes.
I think it's more than that. I think it's more than just the surface value thing of minutes. I think it's more than that. I think he actually wants to play for Brighton.
I don't know, man. I agree with Justus, man. I think he just wants to start.
I can't guarantee that, though. You cannot. As a professional, you cannot fucking ask the coach to guarantee time or you won't sign a new deal. That's never going to happen. You know what the coach is going to do? You know what I would do? I would say, see you later, dog.
No, you wouldn't. You would use a euphemism. Don't let the door hit
Don't
you.
Don't let that door hit you where the good Lord
Good Lord
split you.
split you.
All right? Good Lord split you. Yeah, but no, it would be fuck you very much. Goodbye.
Unless it was Kai Havertz.
Unless it was Kai Havertz. No, even him.
Mason Mount.
Yeah, they can all get it. I can get it too. You want guaranteed time? See ya, man. You can't operate that way because as soon as you do, his form and training will dip. His drive will dip. His form will dip. His seriousness of which he takes himself will dip. That is a fuck no, and twice on Sunday. No, thank you. No.
And to say that Koulibaly is trash after I spent 4 years listening to people say, hey, we got to go get Koulibaly. Hey, we got to go get Koulibaly. Hey, we got to go get Koulibaly. Stop that nonsense. If you think Koulibaly is a trash center back, you need to follow a different sport because you don't know what you're talking about.
He's a legendary center back.
Oh,
I wouldn't call him legendary, but he is a good centre back.
In the Italian league, he's a legend. They call him the Wall.
No, he's a legend.
But that is the Italian league.
Again, he was playing with a left
was
back
it
that
Italian league?
out
Shit, Matt, hold on. Let me interrupt you so unceremoniously here for a second. Matt, was an Italian league team in the fucking Champions League final? Did that just happen?
After being in a group with Italian teams and Portuguese teams.
Fair enough.
if any one of the other 4 teams, or even other 8 teams, were on the other side, were in that team, they wouldn't be in the final.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bayern, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man City, even Dortmund at a push. I think Dortmund would beat them right now.
All right, KJ, you want to say somebody? Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna raise a counterpoint, but he was right. They did play against Italians and Portuguese teams, so
You kind of got me there. Fucking fraud ball.
Carlitos is too easy.
I mean,
Oh, shut the fuck up, you curly-headed dickhead. I could get you too, Broseph. I could get you too.
That Carlito is like the Aldi like meat. It's just like cheap meat that no one really wants to buy. It's just leftovers.
Are you talking about like the meat they put into McDonald's hamburgers? Or what's going on?
Yeah,
here?
Basically, yeah.
I'm a Big Mac?
man, you're into
Gross.
That's not even real meat. Half of it ain't real meat.
Oh man,
But let's move from there. I know everybody's whining and whinging over what Andre Onana said after the Champions League match. What else is he going to say? No, I want to get the hell out of Inter.
Well, what did he say? What did he say?
He's an Inter player. He loves Inter, and he's an Inter player. He's going to stay here unless Inter want to do otherwise. What else is he going to say?
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's standard. That's SOP, man.
He's literally under contract, so he has to say that.
What is he going to say? Fuck Inter. We didn't win the Champions League, so I'm out. I mean, come on.
Not everyone is Lukaku.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, that's just everybody. I don't understand why everybody has to be so negative. You know that's bad for your soul, right?
And basically that comment of "I'm so happy at Inter," it's up to them. That means if the price is right, I'll go.
Yeah, he literally just opened the door, Matt. He opened the door.
Yeah, that is saying to Chelsea or whoever, come and get me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how did people read that, Jared? How did people online read that anything other than until Inter makes a decision? Like,
no, they think he's going to stay because he said that.
Those are 17-year-olds that shouldn't be listened to in any capacity.
Well, I just wanted to bring it up because look, from that final, the performance in the final, I would take Andre Onana over Mike Maignan. Would do it.
He's a good player.
Because he's a better player with the ball at his feet. And if you want to get easy goals, playing straight from the keeper to a forward is the way to do it. You bypass everybody. So for me, I would take Andre Onana. He's going to cost you less. And I just think that there's no downside to this.
It's fair. So keeping with Inter, we got an elephant in the room. Now we'll eventually talk about Mason Mount, but we've got an elephant in the room, and I mean a big old fat elephant in the room that wears an extra, extra large jersey. What the fuck are we going to do with Romelu Lukaku?
I think that Inter still want him.
Yeah.
Besides what he did in the final.
Seriously.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
I would beg Saudi to come with as much money as possible.
That's what I'm talking. See, that's what I'm saying, Matt. That's what I'm saying. Is that what if we bait one of these Al Hilal team to buy him for like $100 million? Bro, we can swing this.
It's the money, man. It's the money. His evaluation is too high. Inter can't afford him. That's the only problem.
Yeah, the only people that can afford him right now is PSG and Saudis.
Well, who's going to PSG? Is Nagelsmann absolutely going to PSG? Or I heard Conte might.
Good luck with that.
Just throwing it out there in the ether, because if Conte goes to PSG,
could you imagine Conte with a little beret eating a little crepe, just sitting on the veranda, a tiny little baguette with a teeny little cup of tea. Get the fuck Conte! Oh my lord!
I mean, it would keep up their history of not winning the Champions League. Because Conte doesn't do that.
Sadiq, talk to me here. Can we swindle one of these Saudi teams to spend a ridiculous amount on a Lukaku transfer fee? Because if any team could, I think we could.
My word, this player.
He's so bad, dude. He's so bad.
It's Alfred's favorite player, man.
Bro, listen. I remember at the World Cup, he missed those sitters, and I felt bad for him at the time. Yeah, but this guy stinks.
Oh, you want it back, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one. Last summer, Lukaku, yeah, Cicada.
I mean, if it was up to Sadiq, you'd have Sancho on the right, Callum Hudson-Odoi on the left, and Lukaku up front.
I mean,
what a great
you forgot Bakayoko too.
I would agree with you with the Sancho and Hudson-Odoi bit, but the Lukaku bit.
Sancho.
I need to ask somebody who's from there, maybe distantly, but from there. How come Belgians always choke when it comes to finals?
Because I do not want to offend Belgians when I say this, but Belgians are very arrogant and big-headed. They are like Europe's America.
Yeah.
Isn't arrogance good in football though?
No, but there's too much. There's too. KJ, there's a difference between arrogance and too much arrogance.
Yeah.
I mean,
they think they're the smartest people in the room, but they don't bother to read any books. It's like I'm just going to. Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
And actually, in terms of like the Belgium national team itself, that's why I like this more new breed of Belgian players coming through. They may not be your Kevin De Bruyne's in terms of level yet, but they're much more down to earth, less arrogant players at the moment. They could change because they're still young and they still might be guided down the garden path, but at the moment they seem much more level-headed individuals. But Lukaku, De Bruyne, Courtois, all of them, snakes. Tielemans, snake. They're all snakes. They're all snake. They all stab you in the back. So I wouldn't trust them at all.
Neither would I. Bring me Noah Lang.
A banana split, KJ. Really?
Wait, what? What happened?
Matt. Jared with the non sequitur. Thank you. Womp womp womp.
To be fair, Noah Lang is the greatest just banter person in the world. Final game of the season, Club Brugge got nothing to fight for. He scores to stop Union from winning the league. Takes his shirt off to get a yellow card just to gouge the fans because that's what he does. It's the most Noah Lang thing, just to take the piss out of them not winning.
Dude,
the league.
I honestly, 25 mil, I'd do it in a second.
He's a talented player, but he's a very arrogant player.
Yeah, but
he's got an
arrogant person too. I kind of like the attitude.
He has got an attitude problem though. I think if Poch can control him, then it could be a steal. And I think for someone like Arsenal as well, could be a steal. But you've got to control that attitude. It's
interesting. Like people have this strange idea about Good Evening FC and thinking that he's some bad manager. Unai Emery's a really good manager. Yeah. And I think he could get a tune out of Tielemans, no doubt. Matt doesn't agree. Oh, he doesn't agree. Oh no,
I don't rate Tielemans, so
I do.
I mean,
It's crap.
if anyone can get something out of Tielemans, it will be Emery.
I think there's something
But-
there.
No,
Yeah, crap.
I mean,
Crap is something.
Okay, that's.
I mean, there was a reason Leicester got relegated.
All right, but you can't blame him for that, though.
Well,
Why
he-
can't
It's one player of a 25-man
No,
squad.
no. You always say we can blame the players for crap performance.
Players, not one individual player.
Thank you, Carlito.
Yeah,
Thank
Okay,
you.
so
But
Tielemans was one of those
Tielemans
players, was
yeah.
he not?
Tielemans was one of the main players at down tools. when it
Yep.
didn't
Oh, I
suit him.
can't. No, it's inexplicable what happened to Leicester because Brendan Rodgers, for much as I make fun of him, he's actually like an objectively good manager. I don't know what happened, Matt. I don't think anybody knows what happened.
Too many players at down tools. Harvey Barnes, Tielemans, Diddy, many of them players. The only person you could legitimately say was trying to keep Leicester up was James Maddison.
Yeah. So here's the deal, Molina. Where's he going?
Madison's linked to Newcastle and Tottenham right now.
Fucking Tottenham.
And I think Man United, but I'm not sure if United
I
are
mean-
so. I don't know. They've been spending the last 2 months on this whole Qatari takeover, only for Sir Jim Ratcliffe to potentially buy their club. United can't even focus on transfers right now, and their trouble just got ruined today. Fergie's legacy just got stomped on today.
I do have some Man United transfer news.
Okay.
They're looking at Jordan Pickford to replace De Gea.
I
He's
thought
good.
they're offering De Gea a new contract.
Big booty Pickford.
Yeah, bro. He's got those
Short
he's got those gator arms though, man. Can't reach
He's
for a
got
check.
T-Rex arms.
Have you seen his cheeks? My gosh.
Bro, yeah, he walks like he's got a butt plug. There's no doubt about it.
Oh my god.
Yikes! Didn't want to go there. I just he's you know.
Hey, I call him how I see him, bro. I call him how I see him. I don't know what you want from me.
So
Who,
yeah,
who do we have here?
it looks like Don Hussam.
Okay, someone needs to explain this joke to me because I am utterly perplexed.
No, he had to shave his head because Jude Bellingham went to Madrid instead of Liverpool.
He thought he was going to go to Liverpool over Madrid? Really?
Yes, he guaranteed it. He put his hair on the line.
Is,
And then
and
Shane
who,
said
who
he
does this?
shaved-
Who does this? Very curious-looking man. Who does he support?
Liverpool.
Well, self-awareness and Merseyside are not mutually exclusive,
But
apparently.
I
Gotcha.
call shenanigans. I call shenanigans because that's a buzz cut and he's not bald.
Yeah,
He
that's
still
not
has
a
hair on
bic.
his head.
That's not a bic. No. You got to go to 7-Eleven, get yourself a yellow bic and some shitty-ass Barbasol shaving cream, and you got to scalp that shit.
Yeah, that's not bald. That's a
That's
buzz
not
cut.
bald. That's not bald.
So
Yeah,
just wanna
that's
put
like
that
a
out there.
2. That's like a 2. That's like when you shave and you don't really want to shave.
That's what all the army boot camp guys have. That's not bald.
Hoorah. Hoorah. Sadiq, what's on your mind, buddy? How you doing, man?
I hate Lukaku, man.
He sucks.
That guy
Hate is a
stinks.
strong word, bro.
Hey, yo, Cajun, do not even talk, bro. Do
Bro,
not
I
even
was
talk.
trying to manifest on his behalf, on Meg's behalf. I was doing it for the Stallion, bro. That guy stinks, man. I tried.
Bro, listen,
Bro, he can't handle that butt. No way. Who can?
listen.
Who can?
It's a bit controversial, but you know, I like conspiracy theories. This whole Megan thing is fixed as well because obviously Lukaku signed with Jay-Z, Rock Nation, right?
Yeah.
She signed as well. It's all game, man. Don't believe all these pictures and shit, man. It's all fixed, man. Flip it, no. This guy.
So you're
Lukaku,
really-
by the way, he needs to go Saudi League, man. Please. I'm actually.
This is
Yeah, but
crazy.
Sadiq, this could be the most
Take that bag.
bro. This
He
could
would
be the
think-
most interesting transfer that we could get. It would almost be like cheating to go to a Saudi club and say, if you really want Lukaku, you give us 100 million, and we're good. And dude, Sadiq, they'll fucking do it.
Bro, any money at the moment, man.
Bro, I actually think.
Oh no, I mean I'd take 20. But what I'm saying is like we can kind of manipulate them into saying, Lukaku, Champions League finalist, woo. I mean like we could do
He's
this.
coming back.
You're bullshitting me.
Bro, there's no way Inter do a deal with us. There's no way.
It's not doing a deal.
Bro, you've been reading The Secret too much, KJ.
No,
What's
but
going on here?
His evaluation is just too high, and to put him on loan again, there's no way it's happening.
They're going to talk about it. They want him to stay. He wants to stay. So things can happen. I'm not worried about Lukaku. It's the last person I'm worried about.
Only way I see this happening is that Chelsea put an obligation to buy, and Inter agreed to it. Only way I see it happening.
I think loan again.
That's the loan with the obligation to buy. They have to put that in.
They're not going to do that.
KJ, his age, he's 30, and he is an old 30.
Dude, he's retired then. He's signed to Rock Nation.
Bro, those knees are screaming from that weight. I mean, brother.
Nah, we stuck with him, man. We stuck with him.
We're stuck with him.
I don't think so. I think he'll have plenty of suitors. So,
like who, bro?
Who's looking at Lukaku right now after this?
Atletico Madrid have been talking about it. Inter want him. There was reports that the Saudi Arabian club wants him. He's still a striker.
Arsenal wants him. Arsenal here, Mikel. Yeah, go Lukaku.
Okay, I didn't say that. So,
no, Molina's secretly got a jersey in
Arsenal want Havertz.
Yeah. So, Sadiq with a bombshell. Molina, do you want Havertz?
No, I want Mason Mount. You're giving me the wrong player.
Yeah, both. I'll drive both. I'll drive them at the
I'll
back.
take Mason Mount in a heartbeat.
So let me ask this. She has an objective perspective, right? She's got an objective perspective as someone that doesn't like Chelsea. I don't think Molina minds Chelsea, but she loves Arsenal, right? But so she looks from the outside in. Molina, what do you like about Mason Mount?
She fancies him.
That is not true. Sadiq, I have standards. Listen, hold on. You people need to stop not rating me on these platforms. I have standards. I have class. I'm a woman of class. Please rate me. Please rate me. I don't. Oh my God, Sadiq. Why would you do that?
I genuinely think you.
If that came from anyone else, I would have rinsed you on live stream right now. But
look at that. Look at that beauty.
Molina's got the minerals, man. She's got the minerals.
I just think he would be a great backup to Saka, and I think he would do well in our system. I think he would do well. I think he would do well in our system, and Arteta can get the best out of him. And plus, he's Declan Rice's boy, so it just makes perfect sense. I'd pay the money and get him.
Yeah, but why Saka? He's not backup to Saka.
No, I mean, like, in our team, I think he would integrate well with Saka and likes of Martinelli and Odegaard. Like, I think he would do really well. But the only condition I'd make in that deal, if we were to get him, which we're not, is I'd take Mason Mount, but not the crackhead fan associated.
Oh no, there's a combination deal.
By the way, which crackhead fan? Because there's two of them.
I didn't say Mount as a winger. I corrected myself. Take that comment back.
Alex Goldberg.
Yeah, but he's not a YouTuber. So why is everyone quoting Alex Goldberg? He's not even a journalist.
Melina,
he's some YouTuber.
Melina, if you got Havertz, you'd have to take Carlito. So it's the same. So
but listen, Havertz.
No, that's Andrew. That's the winner.
Holy shit, Andrew!
Oh my God!
I knew it was going to say it.
I thought it was Rose.
Yo!
I don't want Johnny Minerals if I'm taking this.
Let Matt go, man. Matt needs to go. Matt, take care of yourself, man.
Goodbye, Matt. Goodbye.
Big up, Matt, man.
Big up to Rob.
Andrew. That was an announcement. I fucking love you, buddy. Oh my God.
Havertz would suit Arsenal's play, though.
I 100% agree, by the way.
I honestly see him suiting that play.
Yeah.
I honestly think he's going to Real Madrid.
I actually don't care as long as he goes.
No shit, Andrew.
For 70 million.
Hey, so Andrew, that you keep seeing these valuations go down and down and down. I think if Chelsea gets 60, I think they'll part with him. And 60, by the way, 60 is good money. I'm fine with that.
I'm fine
with 60.
I think the 60 See, I don't think it's 60 straight cash. I think it's 6. It includes add-ons. So
Yeah.
like, how many games? Like,
Yeah,
Real
but
Madrid,
how much can we declare immediately?
I think you could declare the overall, without the add-ons, right? You can declare.
Look, if
like
we can
with
declare,
Mudryk.
if we can declare all of it, then yes, do it.
I think with Mudryk, isn't it? We can only do 6 because the add-ons have to hit, right? You have to hit them to declare them to be paid.
Yeah, there are escalators.
Yeah, so it's like with Mudryk, it's we paid 60 something, right? In terms of and then the add-ons take 88, something like that. So I think that's fine. With the add-ons in Madrid, we just do like we did with Hazard and just say if you win this, if you win that, if you win that. Because you wouldn't put him, you wouldn't go, oh yeah, if he wins the Ballon d'Or, because I don't think he'd ever win the Ballon d'Or. So you wouldn't do that like they did with Anthony Martial at Man United when they put a Ballon d'Or thing on there. It's so stupid.
Quite an escalator, huh?
Right, exactly right. So you go, okay, so if you win this, and this, that, and that's how we got so much money for Hazard.
Andrew, I don't mean to be tangential, but I do have to address this, and I do want you to continue. Melina doesn't know ball. Melina is on the show. You are not. That is all I have to say about Champions of Europe 2021. If she didn't know ball, I wouldn't allow her on here. Andrew, so we're talking about Caicedo. We're talking about Rice. We're talking about this talent arms race for midfield. Let's assume that we're going to get Caicedo, and I do have very strong confidence that we will land Caicedo. I think whether it's money and Levi or just money itself, I think we can do it. I think that Chelsea has been very keen on him for a while. Ben Jacobs, the first time he was on this program a year ago, said, watch for Caicedo. If not in January, then in June. Ben said those words, and I will remind him of those words when he is on this Wednesday with me, Jessica, and Matt. Okay, mind Caicedo. Make sure you look at Caicedo with Chelsea. There's something there, and I do believe so as well. But that second midfielder that we're going to buy, and I do believe that we have every intention of doing so because we are basically reinventing our midfield. Who is this going to be? Because if it's Lavia, I don't know if he's a starter yet.
I think it's going to be Lavia. Because they're going to.
But I do think he's a good player. I do like Lavia. I do think he's a good player.
Because they're going to spend so much on him. It's like 40 to 50 million pounds they're going to spend on him. So it will be him. And we also have to remember that we are only playing once a week. So we can rotate if we wanted to. So we don't, relying on, unless there's a major injury crisis, relying on players like a Lavia or something won't be coming much into it. Because you can give him like a year enough to settle with a big team like Chelsea. You can play Caicedo and Enzo in the 2, if that's what Poch wants to do, because I have no idea if he still wants to play that formation or not. But yeah, that's what I would do. And then, like you say, Caicedo's. The thing about the Rice one, I read today that, they'd agreed this, but then some hours later they said that some West Ham person said that Arsenal are refusing. They want to pay 80 million plus add-ons.
Yeah.
And I don't think West Ham want that. I think West Ham want as close to 100 million as possible. Whether that's low 90s or not, I don't know. But I think they would take low 90s plus add-ons to get it to 100, like that. And they would say, oh yeah, we sold him for 100 million and stuff like that. But
yeah, that's agent talk though.
The issue is I think it's harder sometimes to do English player transfers club to club.
Mm-hmm.
It just is, which is why like the Mount one, I don't know how long the Mount one might be another week or so, or a couple of weeks or something like that, or it might go to the end of June before that gets done. Because I think, listen, Chelsea know they're never going to get 80 million from Mount. They know they're not going to get 80 million Mount. It's all about negotiation. So they're going to meet somewhere in the middle where with add-ons it gets to like 65 or 70 or something like that.
Yeah, but Andrew, I have to interject and say that Man United has lost a little bit of their negotiating position due to the fact that their right Brazilian winger is a scumbag.
Right, but that's just that.
It lessens their negotiating position.
I don't see how that affects their negotiating position at all.
Because I think that Ten Hag would play him at both attacking mid and wing. I do.
I don't. I don't. I think he either wants to play him next to Casemiro or he wants to play Casemiro and then have Mount and Bruno over.
Fair enough. But okay, we disagree on that, but that's okay.
Right. But I know. But going back to the overall Caicedo thing, I don't know how. There was a thing about Fabrizio tweeting something or a message that was retweeted. I think you put it in the group chat, Jester, if I remember, about like the Caicedo deal. He's like going to Chelsea. Let's just hold our brakes on this. Remember how everyone nearly got suckered in to Ugarte this time last week from just
Not
one.
me.
What? Oh, shut up.
Sadiq wrote an article about it.
Shut up, man.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to bring the article up and put it right in the chat.
Don't do that.
I'm kidding, Sadiq.
He has to edit the article, but first there's an apology. It says, "I'm sorry."
Dude, all you have to do is write one sentence at the end of it. Edit. He's not coming to Chelsea, and then you're good.
I have heard, and I don't know if it was just people talking or if it's actually real, that Man City might come in for Rice and do an exchange with Calvin Phillips. Send Calvin Phillips to West Ham, because if you put a player they want in a deal, they will lessen value, their valuation. Just like Caicedo, if we send them Colwill the other way, the price for Caicedo goes down. So
you see what came out tonight is that Caicedo is being thought about for a loan in the Premier League, and it might be lazy journalism, but one of the teams that were brought up was Brighton.
Right.
And now maybe you then go, no.
Oh, you're thinking like a McAllister.
And
McAllister situation.
Yeah, you go,
yeah,
here's him on loan for the season, stuff like that. That's what you do. If you don't want Cole to go, I have no problem. I have no fight either side. The only thing if Poch is insistent on who he wants to work with, he wants to be with Cole, that's all that matters to me in terms of the players and stuff like that. But I have no fight either side. I have no
Andrew,
fight.
wouldn't Caicedo be actually wouldn't that be a really good loan for him? They play such intricate pattern play football, right? Attacking midfielders and advanced midfielders, they're intricately involved in that.
Yeah, and they just bought Dawood on
João Palhinha. They bought João Pedro. They bought João Pedro as well.
And they got Milner on loan. For free transfer as well.
They got Milner and they got Mohamed Dahoud.
Yeah, they signed him on both from free transfers. So that could factor in. I don't know. I just with the Caicedo one though, my thing is this: if you want him, then just pay the money for him. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And that's all it is. Now, I'm fine with whatever the wages are. That's circumstance. That's just a byproduct of whatever the deal is. Do you know what I mean? If that upsets someone in the dressing room, my thing is this: okay, then play better, and you get better wages.
All right, so I gotta ask you and Melina this because this is pertinent to both conversations. Okay, if the club and Declan himself have both said that he's leaving, how can they also say that they want $100 million?
No, exactly.
That
because that to me is just counterintuitive. I mean, those are two opposing strategies where you say,
Isn't that like the vice president or something said he was leaving after the final?
Dude, they all said, Declan Rice, it was kumbaya. They're all saying, I'm going to leave. But, by the way, despite the fact that I have completely depreciated my leveraging position, I still want $100 million. I want Jack Grealish money, even though I told everybody that he wants to leave and we're going to sell him. That is horrible.
The thing
negotiation.
The thing is that one, I don't think Rice has come out and said he definitely wants to leave, right? He says that.
No, he hasn't.
I think
I don't think he's disapproving of the owner saying that he wants to leave.
That's right. But the worst thing is the owner comes out and says it. So that when you talk about owner,
that has more volume than the player actually.
Exactly right. So it weakens your, which is why the story came out today. How true it is, I don't know. So take it with a pinch of salt. Was like Arsenal only willing to pay like something like 80 million. Plus add-ons to get it above 90, because the owner's actually come out and just weakened his own position in negotiations.
Yeah, it's so weird.
That's just so weird. Why not just say, do you know what? We're going to enjoy our victory tonight. And we'll think about it. Think about the summer and a few weeks. Let's enjoy this.
Andrew, all he had to say was Declan is our player, and we just won a trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you
questions. Not answer these questions. We just won our first trophy in about 40 years. Leave us alone. We're just going to concentrate on us winning this. Goodbye.
But Melina, I think that you can exploit this and just say, well, how about 60?
They'll laugh enough.
They will not give us Declan Rice for 60 million. No way. Not even his right foot would be 60 million.
Yeah, but you know what would be a dream?
Also, shout out to the cat.
We sell Havertz. Yeah. We keep winning Mace and bring Rice.
No.
Is that your dream,
That's a
Sadiq? Sadiq, you
That's a
gonna stand
nightmare.
by
That
that?
ain't-
You
that
gonna
ain't a
stand
dream,
by
that's
that?
a
Let me-
nightmare.
Let me say this. That would be a dream of some Chelsea fans. It would be a wet one.
Exactly.
So let me explain something to the panel and to the people listening. This is Sadiq being
The Wonder
bored, so he wants to throw a grenade into the conversation. He does not believe any of this. Not a fucking lick of this.
Listen, just read this comment, bro, and just take it in. All right.
You didn't even spell your name correctly.
He misspelled minerals.
Who's Sadek? Who's Sadek?
I
Who's
did it,
Sadek?
bro.
Oh, Sadiq, you kill me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Yeah, I think that. Look, I'm going to take the lead gunner position on this. That the Rice negotiation is going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not going to be over with and done when everybody thinks it is.
Right.
So,
Which is why if you're Chelsea, you take advantage and you sign Caicedo right now.
yeah, sign Caicedo now.
Now.
And that actually would make Arsenal overspend because their fallback plan is not going to be there.
Especially if City get in the mix.
Yeah. And if City goes, we'll give you so much and Calvin Phillips, there's your direct replacement.
Sadiq,
For
let me ask
Rice.
this question. What happened with Calvin Phillips? It's a good player. It's not a scrub. It's not a
Got
scrub.
injured.
He's overrated.
He's just been
Englishman.
injured. He's been injured.
Injured.
It's not an English thing, though. I actually think he's a good
It's
player.
an English thing. No, I think it's an
Oh,
English
it
thing
is
as well.
English thing.
They need English players in the squad as well.
The last good English midfielder was Frank Lampard.
What do you mean, Mason Mount?
Wait, whoa! You don't think Jordan Henderson has had a good career? That's a bad take.
I said good midfielder.
Career's
Yeah,
different.
Jordan Henderson is a midfield. He's had a great career.
Yeah, so
career's different.
so if you guys like Henderson for his effort and his charisma and that, whatever it is,
Jordan Henderson has won a lot for a footballer.
So
Guys, no,
Mason
don't
Mount.
do that. Don't do that.
I'll
Come
trump you, Jordan Henderson with James Milner.
They both. I mean, James Milner played for City
He
before
was
he went to
actually a
Liverpool.
quality player. See,
He's
when-
a
when
very
I
good
said-
player.
When I said like Mason Mount's like a James Milner, I didn't mean James Milner when he was younger and his quality. I meant now, like James
Yeah.
Milner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James
that's
Milner
the
was
quality
a
he has.
baller.
Not
Basically,
Milner, who's
Mason
playing in
Mount.
City.
Basically Mason Mount with the energy.
No, he's
Okay.
Mason Mount. He's
He's a quality
Mason
player.
Mount is James Milner of less quality.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Milner's
That's
got.
harsh. That's harsh.
Right now. It's not harsh. It's reality.
That's harsh, man.
Sorry, Sadiq. I agree with Captain America over here.
I think they also probably had the same pace right now, Mount and Milner. and Milner's banging forward.
Melina is just begging for some minerals, man. Oh my God.
No.
Don't say
Milner
that.
was
Sounds-
quality.
That sounds so wrong.
Oh shit! It does sound wrong.
I was like, good.
I did not. Oh, fellas.
Also, wait, moment of appreciation for Jared again, repping the Worldwide Chels merch.
That's
as
true as well.
always.
Shit, Jared,
I didn't
stand up.
notice that.
Let
I
me
didn't
look at
notice
that shit, man. Oh,
Girl.
You're making an old man stand up. Look
oh
at this
yeah,
person.
baby. Oh
Shut
please,
up.
he's more fit than 90% of the fucking fan base of Chelsea, man. Get out of here. Look at that handsome devil.
I do have abs, by the way. You
Yes,
just
he
ain't gonna see
does.
them. I
Yes, he
charge
does.
money for that.
They're on the
Also,
side.
shout out to KJ.
They're covered by gray chest hairs, but they still have abs, baby.
No, I don't have great
I
chest.
do not want Johnny. Take that comment back before I report your account.
Let's
How
have it
dare
right,
you.
Melina Minerals. Let's have it right.
That's the caveat.
Yo,
yeah.
Melina, not Melina. Andrew, have you seen this fucking guy? Have you? I swear to God, he thinks that this is like a 90s like Depeche Mode album cover. You see the photos of Johnny taking pictures of him ripping a dart, just fucking smoking down a cigarette. He's taking multiple photos of him just smoking a cigarette
I know,
with a serious look on his face. Andrew, it would sound foolish if it weren't actually true.
I don't know.
I
I
swear
totally
to
believe
God.
you. I just don't have negativity in my life. It's all good. I don't have toxic false positivity in my life. So
Fair enough, but I thought that
I'm negative enough for myself, let alone having other people.
Yeah, you and Matt Ball should get together and go bowling. My God.
You bring down my average. I'm not going bowling with Matt. Let's have the bars up at the side. And that thing that rolls down that the kids use, can't do that.
We get the Big Lebowski on our panel, man. I love it.
Kingpin.
That's what I'm. Oh, dude, I kind of want to watch that movie now. Thank you, Andrew.
Exactly.
You just reminded me. Oh yeah, baby.
You gonna drink a bunch of White Russians while
Well,
you do it?
no, I mean, after Bill Murray's smashing the chick that said on my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I mean, shit, man, I might want to watch Kingpin. Damn, bro.
No, Stripes.
Yeah, another banger. The guy bangers only for Bill Murray, man. Bangers only.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve's coming on.
Oh, about fucking time, because one of our topics is Newcastle.
You used to hurry the F up, mate.
Yeah, hurry up, because I got a steak marinating.
What's it marinating in? What do you got?
Oh, it's just Worcestershire sauce and salt.
Oh, yeah.
I keep it basic.
Hey,
I like the taste of beef, so
That's what she said. All right.
It is going to be rare.
That's what she said as well.
She said that too, man.
I'm just setting them up for these.
See, here's the thing: is that Jared won't be crass on the stream, but my God, you get him on a podcast with me and Matt Ball, and Jared, it is dad joke after motherfucking dad joke, and then Sadiq has to edit it because there's too many of them. It's consuming the entire product.
Well, what you don't see in my hand is something Melina said she didn't want to see no more. So she made me cry last night. Cried myself to sleep because she was bad for me so hard.
Did she drink shame you, Jared?
She did.
Oh, no.
She drink shamed me. So
Melina.
I shed a couple tears last night.
Oh no, Jared! I'm so sorry for your loss.
She is not. She's lying.
I know. She's like.
I've never seen such big mean in such a. It's like she's just a small girl, and yet the meanest. I just
she's
love
4'10" of mean.
Oh, it's awesome. She's the fucking
No,
best.
I can't compare it to Jared. Jared is very ruthless. Ruthless, no filter, inappropriate, everything.
I'm just a guy.
I don't know, Melina. I'd take the Pepsi challenge with you and Jared any day.
Old man Grit, yes. Get off my lawn.
Because I feel bad after a while. I'll be like, oh, I don't know if I should be serious, or I feel bad after some time.
It's about 3 minutes on each side for my steak. That's it.
Jesus Christ, the beef is still living at that point, man. I can't. It's still mooing, man. It's still talking to you. Jesus.
If it's not cold in the middle, I don't like it.
Oh,
good lord.
Oh,
that's what it is.
You ever seen the movie Requiem for a Dream?
No.
Never mind then. Jesus Christ, Jared. Goddamn, I'm about to have dinner too, bro.
Have you ever seen Repo Man?
Yes. Yes. By the way, he goes into the convenience store to buy beer, and the beer says beer on it. It's so awesome.
It's the best. Repo Man.
So I got one better for you because the same actor. Repo Man's awesome, by the way. The ending is like surreal. A better movie is Maximum Overdrive.
Yes.
That movie bangs. Is awesome. All the trucks and electronic devices turn against the people. And it becomes like a body snatchers, but for electronics. It's amazing.
And now that's going to happen with AI. So,
I mean, dude, Stephen King, you heard it here first, brother, man.
Yeah, that's why you don't get an electric car.
Elon Musk can suck a butt. All right, so I want to talk about this one last thing. Newcastle getting 75 mil in war chest. Huge money. Huge money. And I remember this it was 2011, right? I was getting my undergrad. Actually, no. This was the fall of me starting my first master's degree, right? And I'm in Salt Lake City, hanging out with a Liverpool friend. And what flashes across the screen is Andy Carroll to Liverpool for 35 million, right? Biggest British transfer fee of all time. And I'm thinking to myself, my God, that is just way too much money. And they also bought Luis Suarez in that window, right? Liverpool's really rearing up with I think it was Brendan Rodgers at the time. And I was thinking, man, 35 million. That's just an outrageous fee, right? An outrageous fee. And now, my God, I mean, you have all of these fees that are becoming untenable. You know, I know that Neymar essentially broke the world and broke the market with his $222 million transfer to PSG, which wasn't really a transfer; it was a buyout. And ever since then, you see all these fees, Isak to Newcastle for the ridiculous amount of money that he went for, and now Newcastle has come out saying that they get $75 million to spend. And I'm thinking to myself, fuck, can I imagine 2011 Ryan talking to 2023 Ryan and saying 75 mil, shit, that sounds like a really good idea. And it can't even buy you Caicedo now, who's a good player, but I don't think anybody's worth that money. And I don't know where this end game is with this market. I don't know where this end game is where someone just calls timeout. The world police comes in to European football and just says, hold on a second, timeout for a second. You guys are asking for too much money. No one can afford this amount. This is ridiculous. And the haves and have-nots disparity will just continue to be more, continue to be worse, right? The schism will continue to be greater. And I am very concerned that we are reaching a tipping point where these players are costing too much and the sellers are getting too brazen with the prices that they're quoting. So at Newcastle, I look 75 mil. In today's market, shockingly so. What does that get you? 1.5 players?
Well, I think they have FFP problems from the previous regime. They were not debt free when they were bought, I believe.
Understood.
Don't.
Well, that's always incorporated. Debt is always Hold on. Debt is always incorporated into the sale price. Like when Stevie Cohen bought the Mets, the Wilpon said, "Here's this amount minus the amount of debt that we have. So here's the actual price."
Right. All I'm saying is I think that, again, we talked about this earlier. You're going to make your most money off player sales.
Absolutely.
Who have they sold recently has brought them a big chunk of change. They haven't. And that's their problem.
I see.
That's how it is. That's why they're buying potential. And that's why I don't think they'll buy Conor Gallagher, because he's going to eat up a big chunk. If that's the amount, he's going to have a big chunk of that.
Is this why is this why they're shopping St. Max?
Well, I'm sure, even though he's really not worth maybe 30 or 40 mil at the most.
If you can't play, you're not worth shit. Like Conte, same thing. I mean, everybody's so worried that Conte's leaving. Dude, when's the last time he played a full season? Never. So
remember, they spent 40 million on Gordon as well in January.
But the Isak deal was like 70+ million. Andrew, I mean, like
something around that. Yeah, that was last summer though, right?
So they spent some of their summer money this summer, in the January window. And look, they're going to have to build, and that's why they don't make top 4 next year. I think they go back down to 6th or 7th because they're going to be playing twice a week. They've never done that. They don't have the squad to do that. And again,
I tend not to believe though these stories about how much a club has to spend or something like that.
It's weird.
It's a weird one. I'm surprised though we didn't hear more of them going. Whatever you think of him as last season, they didn't go for someone like a Tillemans or like that in a free transfer. Do you know what I mean? Like a free transfer. By the way, I think I have read Oxlade-Chamberlain's going to sign for Villa as well on a free transfer. That's not going to mean much since he's constantly goddamn injured all the time.
That guy's dead food anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But I was surprised that we didn't see more of that, especially since they're still playing and they're still playing players like Longstaff in their team and stuff like that.
That's
And,
mad.
he did goodish, but you need to raise the bar now. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying Tillemans is like, whoa, he's going to change your whole club.
He's a good player, man.
He's definitely better than what they have in some of those parts, especially like, I think, was John Jovi sent to Forest on loan? Or was that a permanent transfer? I can't remember, but he might be coming back.
Joe.
And there's all these stories about they want to extend Bruno Guimaraes' deal, but I think they were having issues with that when it comes to FFP as well. And maybe they've always said they don't want to overspend on wages as well at the moment. So,
well, I mean, it's Andrew. At the end of the day, it's all about you can't spend what you don't bring in.
No, exactly.
That's the rule.
They might have. I think they are studying this City thing with the charges. and cleaning house, because they could. I bet you they thought they could do, or well, let's just say this, that somewhere in their structure they thought they could do the same thing. Have like someone's cousin, sponsor us for 4 years at 100 million each season or something like that. You know? Whether that's, like I said, you know.
Yeah, just so everybody knows that story, it has not gone away.
Oh no, it's not going away. No.
Did y'all ever see the movie with Brendan Fraser and Liz Hurley where she plays the devil?
Yes.
Bedazzled, yeah.
Bedazzled. And every time I hear Longstaff come up, I think of when she turned Brendan Fraser into that 7'4" basketball player.
Tiny penis. Tiny penis.
Every time I'm like, that guy better be hung like a horse, because
or when he went, yeah, I want to be a playboy, but she did.
Yeah, he's a drug dealer. No. When he finally thinks he got it right, all the caveats, right? Handsome, big dick, everything, and he's gay. Instead of so it's like he's like, you can't win. You can't win.
And I hear somebody say Sean Longstaff. I'm like, oh, Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, because like the end game of that movie is that he wants the woman, right? I think it's Sarah Paulson, right? So he can like never win. There's always like some backdoor thing that's gonna fuck him over. That's such a really good movie. That's a good shout out.
Shit. But Liz Hurley was never been hotter than that movie.
I mean, bro, look at her now. She's still batting 500, brother. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I had to bring it up because that just crazy things that happen in my head. You know, everybody needs to know.
So, it's been a good stream. I do want to go around. By the way, Andrew, thank you for coming on late, but you are always welcome. You're kind of like the mayor of Streamtown. You're so ubiquitous, but I like you. We've spoken about many things many times, and you've helped me out a lot. So I love you, man.
In what way?
In ways that I will not bring out publicly.
That's an AD conversation.
See you later, dickhead. But I want to go around, and Melina, you could just make this the same for Arsenal, right? Chelsea, and this is something that I say begrudgingly, and something that I also say kind of with a degree of shame, because I'm so ashamed of the year that we've had. I'm so ashamed of the lack of fitness, the lack of attitude, the lack of drive, the lack of fight from the players. Now Pochettino coming in, he's not a savior. This is a manager, flesh and bones like anybody else. He's not going to come in and do a 2004 Mourinho. I mean, he's not quite there yet. But I do want to go around the room and ask what you think Chelsea will improve on, and with Molina Arsenal, what you think we will improve on most, whether that's addition by subtraction, whether that's just attitude, appreciation for the fans, players. What do you think that we will improve on most, and what do you think the players have learned from the last year? And I'll start with Jared. So 2 things. What do you think we will improve on the most, and what do you think the players have learned over the last year?
I think that we'll improve our midfield the most. And I think the players have learned that you make your money in training, not on the field during game day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a NFL legend once said, Monday through Saturday is for my employer, Sunday's for me, right? Sunday is the joy, it's the dessert, it's the meat and potatoes, it's everything other than the delicious sugar. That's the actual work, and that's training, that's film, that's speaking with the manager, that's speaking with the physio, saying, they're talking over tactics, talking over pattern play, talking over scenarios in which you can improve. Soccer is a very tactical game, and it's something where you can't do a ton of in-game adjustments. You have to do these things in the training ground. You have to do these things outside of the actual match. Everything is, is prelude to the actual game. It's all preparation is so important with soccer, because in the flow of the game, you can't call a timeout, right? You can't really call a timeout. So it's just very important. So training is where they get paid. The games, no one's guaranteed shit. So I agree with you. What do you think, Andrew?
Sorry, turn my fan off.
Yeah.
Because it's hot as balls here. Today, man. It's the hottest day for ages, even at night.
What they improve on, and what do you think they've
I'm going to
learned?
go what I want, because I'm going to disappoint and cop out because I have no idea who we got and how we're setting up. What I want is more ownership on the field. I want more of a positive reaction to anything bad that happens on the field. I don't want all the heads to drop like we've seen so many times this season.
Yeah.
Just when a goal goes in or something like that. And I want, do you know what? I just want a striker that scores 20 league goals. That's what I want. I want a striker that scores 20. I've not had one since 2017. So I want a striker basically that scores 20 goals. And
what do you think? What do you think the players, especially the ones that are going to stay, what do you think they've learned?
I don't think they've learned. I think they're going to learn how easy they had it last season.
It's a really good
without any consequences. Let's face it, they had 4 managers. There's 4 managers because you got to count Bruno managed 1 game.
Yeah,
they had 4 managers, right? What consequences did they have? Oh yeah, a few boos and that from us. They'll brush those off. Like someone said, it's quoted as Poch believes you earn your salary through training, but the game is the bonus.
Mm-hmm.
At the end. So I think they're going to be absolutely. If you thought you put through paces before, you haven't seen nothing yet in this training. I believe. Yeah. I believe they're going to be absolutely destroyed, and they're going to be absolutely thankful they're playing 1 game a season next year. Because if they were going to have to play 2 or 3 in a week, they'd be destroyed, absolutely destroyed. But I think they will anyway, and that's what I want to see: more ownership on the field. And, no throwing people, yourselves and the manager and us under the bus. That's what I want.
Melina?
So where we're going to improve in the most, I'm going to say midfield. I'm just hoping that's where we strengthen the most. And then what we're going to learn, what we learned from last season, or what I hope we learned from last season, is not to get too comfortable and complacent when we were top of the league for so many games this season, and then our heads dropped to Southampton at home or Brighton. So I don't want anyone to get too comfortable and to underestimate teams just because they're a lot smaller than us. We got our ass handed to us by West Ham, by Southampton, by Brighton at home. And I just hope some of these players who are on big money now start turning up in big games, like the likes of Bukayo Saka, who some people don't want to have this conversation. But in big games, I really hope our senior players and the players who we value so much start performing in big games.
Yeah, I mean, Melina, I don't mean to put you on the spot or call you out, but, the tweet where you said I'm going to be ruthless when we win the league. No, but here's the deal. There's a reason I said it. And I do feel as though everybody felt that way. I do feel as though they overlooked, the mountains that they still had to climb.
You have no idea how ready I was for that.
Oh, I think I have a pretty good idea.
I'm here.
Everyone here has a pretty good idea.
Messaging Sadiq saying, where's the best place to stay in London? I got my outfit ready. I got everything ready.
I'm going to splash the cash or the francs or whatever Canadian money is.
These players just choked. Thank God I didn't pay $28,000 for a ticket to that game. Can you imagine the people? Can you imagine the people that paid that much money to go watch Arsenal Wolves? Yeah, it was a really good game, but obviously it wasn't the game that decided the title. Yeah. They didn't even need to take it to the last game of the season. But anyway, I hope we improve next season.
I think that it's going to be, it's losing. Losing makes you better, man. I mean, losing absolutely makes you better. And I do feel as though, at least from Mikel Arteta's perspective, I hope he calms down a little bit, because it's not that he's a bad manager. It's just that he's so fucking unlikable. The shit that he does, it's beyond histrionics. It's to the point of, I feel like he feels entitled to just fucking berate a ref who did not make the call on the field. This is the to support the referee. It's the guy on the sideline. And it just Mikel needs to not do that, because I do think that it sets a bad emotional example for everybody else, because I think it gives the other players license to freak out as well. I mean, Jacques, I'm sure, loves that, right? But if he loses his head and he's head of state for Arsenal, then it gives the license to everybody else to do the same. And I think you guys lost your head, and I don't actually think that that'll happen again. I don't think you'll win, but I think you'll have a season of more consistent calm. Because Arteta, I do feel at times embarrassed himself. And I don't say that with any pleasure. I am rooting for him. I like ex-players to become coaches just as a natural thing for me, because I was one. But, except for Frank Lampard, because he sucked. All right, so Sadiq, I go to you before I go to myself. How are we going to improve, and what did we learn?
I genuinely think we're going to win the league next season.
Interesting.
Pardon me.
It depends on the striker. If we had a striker,
sorry, I didn't hear you properly, Sadiq. Can you repeat that?
I honestly believe we will win the league, and I'm very excited for this season coming up, which is why major changes are happening.
Famous.
Definitely don't sign Martinez.
How are you going to win the league without Mason Mount?
We don't need
like
him.
we've done the past few seasons.
Yeah, all that GNA, man. All that GNA, no domestic titles.
I think Poch will show Arteta how to finish it.
Oh my God. I like this. Sadiq does it with a calm voice, but you know he's like...
So a Tottenham manager is going to take Chelsea to a title. Is that what you're saying?
A Tottenham manager that somehow took a rubbish team to a Champions League final, 2 title races, will take a better Chelsea squad further than what Arteta.
All right,
did
Sadiq. I want your dealers. I want your dealer's number when this stream is done.
And with that, I'm going to leave. I cannot even answer Sadiq's ridiculous thing, because it's a wind-up thing. So no, even with his same tone in his voice, I know.
No, I genuinely believe we'll win.
Go rewrite the account.
No, Andrew, he's being disingegeous. He is trolling.
Andrew just said,
no.
Wait, Andrew just said go rewrite the Ugarte article.
Can I ask you a question? Seriously, on a serious note, before I leave. If you seriously believe we're going to win the title, and how do you know that without even knowing if what striker we have and if we are going to buy a striker?
I'll tell you why. The club have gone through so much bull crap.
Here's the Ugarte blog.
The club have suffered so much that the ownership will get it right the following season. I genuinely believe the owners will get it right.
Okay, you didn't answer my question.
I did answer your question.
No, you didn't. I said,
how are we going to do it without
knowing if we're going to get a striker or without a striker?
It's entirely.
So I just said the owners will get it right, so they will make the right decisions.
But here's the answer. Okay, sorry. Here's the question: what is the striker then, Sadiq?
Yeah,
what's the striker? Who's the striker?
Who's the striker that's going to bring us Premier League glory? Who you got, dog?
I think we're going to do a U-turn. I said it before. We're going to do a U-turn. We're going to put Nkunku up top and sign Felix.
See ya. I'm going right now.
Come on, man.
I'm going right now.
All right. So what do you think that the players have learned, especially the ones that are staying?
Subscribe, join, like, share the video.
Okay, fuck off, Andrew. I got it. We got it.
So what was the question again, sorry?
What do you think they've learned?
They just learned that, they need to fix up 100%. I think the players leaving will rightly leave 100%. But the players like Reece James, they'll be staying and they will help us get back to the top.
Okay.
It's just a one-off season, guys, man.
It happens. It's like capitalism, man. Boom and bust, and
it's like real life business. You're not meant to make a profit in the first year. It's not expected.
And don't worry about it. I think we're making some moves today. So I would say this: what are we going to improve on defending in the last 15 minutes of games? I would say finishing. Finishing is extremely important, but it is entirely dependent on who we put up top. I honestly have zero idea who we're going to buy. Osherman,
Exactly.
you got ADL saying Osherman's price is going down. Very strange, but maybe that is more motivated by his camp, Osherman's camp, than ADL's camp. So maybe there's something going on there. I don't know. Jared seems to think we'll get Osherman. I do not. But at the same time, I'm happy to be wrong. I don't know what we'll do there. But the finishing needs to improve because it's not as if we don't create chances. It is simply that we don't finish them. And again, the hardest part is the creation of the chances. The finishing is the easy part, but we seem to make it the most difficult part, and that is extremely frustrating as a viewer. As for what they've learned humility. It is a very, very hard pill to swallow, but it is one that is necessary for growth. It is one that it will level you. And I think that players on this team that actually take this club seriously and care about this club and are going to stay, I think that a week after the season ended, they had a come to Jesus moment. My mother used to always say that. It's a come to Jesus moment, right? And what it means is that you have this realization, this moment of clarity. Alcoholics say it all the time. They have this moment of clarity where they want to get sober. And I think that these players had this moment of clarity where they realized that they didn't just let the fans down, the club down, the game of football down. They let themselves down. And in that humble moment, that graceful period of humility, I think that they will find a reservoir of galvanization and maybe a little bit of inspiration. Because you never truly learn about yourself until you are really down. And I feel as though they are down. And that humility may actually make them better. I don't know how quickly that turnaround will be, but I do think that it will happen, especially for those that stay. For those that leave, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
Mm. Definitely.
In the stream, Dave.
See ya.